Hi everyone, good evening and thanks for joining. So in the today class, we will discuss about firewall. So for that one, we have one of the dedicated tool is there in the online. So that is from Fortinet vendor. So just if you want to log into the Fortinet vendor, just you can type in the Google Fortinet firewall demo. Okay. So before going to the Fortinet firewall demo, what are the different types of products are supporting by Fortinet vendor? So they are into almost all the fields. Okay, so just go and see what are the different types of products are supporting by Fortinet company, similar to like what or we have seen in the Sophos.com. Okay, so they have three different types of category of the products they have done. One is enterprise level. When you say enterprise level, it is nothing but big MNC companies or larger companies or big companies. Okay, it's more than 10,000 users. So that is called enterprise level. Second one, small business oriented, example less than 10,000, and service providers. So nothing but so telecom service providers or cloud service providers, those vendors, partners meaning here in between Fortinet vendor and also to the client, one dedicated system integrator will be there, like a mediator or a broker. Okay, so those people will call a partner in between client or customer and also to the respective Fortinet vendor. So one dedicated, okay, so distributed company or system integrator or partner or reseller available, those people will call partners. Okay, on behalf of the Fortinet company, these partners or distributors or system integrators, they will go and they will contact the respective customers and they will get the business. So that is called partner or resellers or distributors. Okay, so and also system integrators. So there are different names are there. So they have different types of security controls they are providing or security solutions they are providing. One is network security, example firewalls and so on. Enterprise networking, load balancers, switches, routers, zero trust access, nothing but identity and access management. Nobody we should not trust, okay, including our internal employees also. Whenever anybody is accessing any application, that may be internal user, that may be external attackers, always they have to verify the identity. So that is called zero trust. Never trust anybody. That is called zero trust. Cloud security. Okay, so whatever applications we are deploying in the cloud level, so Fortinet is supporting couple of tools, security operations, nothing but cyber security related operations, and cyber security services. Services meaning here they are providing implementations, design, architectures, even support as well. So that is called cyber security services, support and services part. Once again, 24/7 into 365 days online support. So these are all the different types of products and services and also security technologies Fortinet companies supporting. Right now, what are we are discussing, it is a part of network security. Under that network security, Fortinet firewall or FortiGate firewall. Okay, so coming back now. So just if you want to open the Fortinet firewall, just you can type in the Google Fortinet firewall demo and just enter. And the first one itself, it will appear fortigate.fortidemo.com. So just click on this one and accept this one. And FortiGate version, latest version is 7.2. Okay, latest version is 7.2 or stable, not latest, stable version is 7.2. Okay, so I'll put here FortiGate version. Seven point two and accept this one. Next one, it is asking username and password. Before giving the username and password, you can see here NGFW. NGFW meaning here next generation firewall. Full form is next generation firewall. PRI means primary. That means whatever devices we are accessing, this is next generation firewall as a primary device, not a backup, or maybe not a passive, not a slave. Okay, it's a primary. PRI means primary. Okay. So now username and password, demo and demo. So login, just on login button. Before going to that one, so portigate.portidemo.com, this is every tool or every device. We will assign one of the dedicated IP address. Okay, not is dynamic in nature, static in nature. Static IP will assign, and also one of the host name or fully qualified domain name, that is called FQDN. Will assign for remembering purpose, for easy identification purpose. Okay, so this is nothing but management IP, or maybe this is also called as management host name. And after that, login button, just click on login button. So whatever device we are accessing, this one through remotely we are accessing. Okay, it's cloud based. And accept this one now once again. So demo. Why I am getting error? Change your password. The password that used was found in a data breach. Will part of minutes recommended changing your password now. Okay. Okay, now we are able to see the Portigate console. This is the overall console. Okay, so there are different types of tabs we have. One is a dashboard tab, one is network tab, one is policies and objects tab. In the similar way, security profiles tab, VPN tab, user authentication, Wi-Fi control, system, fabric, and log and report. So these are all the different types of tabs we have. Out of these one, dashboard and network, these are all completely okay, monitoring purpose. We will not do anything here implementation level. Everything is a monitoring. Policies and objects, security profiles, VPN, all these are implementation level up to system and fabric. Policies and objects to till security fabric, everything is like implementation. Log and report, once again monitoring. I'm repeating once again, dashboard and network, okay, complete monitoring purpose. Even log and report also monitoring purpose. In between whatever tabs are there, those tabs are for implementation purpose. Implementation purpose. So whenever any instant attack is appear under the security alert notification, first we have to go and we have to raise a ticket in the ticketing tool. So example ServiceNow or maybe any other ticketing tool. Later we have to come back to the log and report tab, and we have to analyze this traffic. That may be inbound traffic or outbound traffic, and what is the action for the respective source to destination, and also what is the source IP, destination IP, and so on. Okay, now what we can do, we can go and we can discuss about all these. Okay, so that is about left hand tabs information. Next one is on the right hand side. So this is central management. It's one of the console, and this one is CLI console. No other vendor is supporting CLI console concept except Portigate. Meaning here, so CLI meaning backend, we have to log into Putty application and we have to enter the username and password. Okay, so example, other vendors how they are supporting. If you want to log into any Putty CLI console of any firewall, we have to enter the Putty, and after that we have to enter the host name. Example, in this scenario, portigate.portidemo.com. Okay, next one, open. After that, we have to enter the username and password. This is the process. But basically, what Portinet firewall unique feature they have. So central CLI console also we can do here itself. CLI console also it is showing. No other vendor is supporting this unique feature. Okay, so now already logged in. In case if you want to implement or troubleshoot, we have to follow the admin guide. Most of the case CLI console we will use for the troubleshooting of something or implementation level. 98% of the cases we'll use graphical user interface only, will not go for the CLI. Very rare cases, something if you want to debug or troubleshoot, we'll go for CLI console. Okay, Fortinet is supporting that CLI console also directly from the graphical user interface. Next one, notification. Whenever any alerts or warnings or new updates are coming, so this notification tab will give the notifications. Next one is a profile. Whoever has the access to this particular tool, those people can see the so what is the name and also what is the full name and where he is belongs to, what is the role based access control or role is provided. Okay, so here FortiGate 2000E. So 2000E is one of the model number. What the model number we are discussing now? 2000E, and version is 7.2.3. Okay, model number is 2000E. So this one of the high-end model, and version is 7.2.3. In case in the interview point of view, they'll ask which version of the FortiGate firewall you worked on, 7.2.3, and what the model number 2000E. Okay, come back to our tool now. So this is the demo role access they provided. So what is the demo role access they configured under user and authentication we can see later. Okay, so 90% case read only they will provide. Why? Because everybody all over the worldwide, whoever has the internet, everybody can access this particular tool. So let's start now. So dashboard. Under the dashboard, first tab is status tab. So just click on this one. Once you are clicking on that status tab, it is showing system information. Couple of times, most of the cases, this dashboard tab will repeat several times. Okay, it's a demo tool. That's why they configured it several times. Example, right now I'm showing system information and administrator information and also security fabric in the similar CPU, memory, and sessions and applications, bandwidth, and so on. Every time it will repeat. Every time it will repeat. Several times it will repeat because they prepared dummy dashboards. Okay, they did not clean up all these dashboards. Several times example. So we can see example CPU utilization, memory utilization, sessions utilizations, bandwidth utilization, applications. Okay, in the similar way, PortView application by bytes. So it will repeat continuously. Okay, so many duplicate dashboards are there. So whenever duplicate dashboards will come, I will skip that particular dashboard. Okay, come back now. System information. System information meaning here, whatever firewall they deployed, and also what is the total overall Fortinet firewall product information. So that's called system information. So host name is next generation firewall primary device, serial number. As I told you several times in the class, every device has one of the serial number. So once you are purchasing your device, so what you have to go, what you have to do, you have to go and you have to register your device. Example, whenever you're purchasing your mobile or maybe laptop, so you will go and you will register that particular mobile or maybe laptop also for warranty. Within that particular warranty, in case any issues will come, so respective team will take care of except physical damage. So same thing is applicable to here also. If you want to get the firmware updates, OS updates, latest stable release versions, and the latest release versions, we have to register our device. Not only because of that one, even if you want to raise support case with the vendor, we have to register our serial number. According to the serial number only, not customer, vendor will identify whose devices that one is belongs to and which continent, which country, which customer. Okay, according to serial number only. So respect to vendor, who is the vendor here? Fortinet vendor. So Fortinet vendor, once we'll providing the serial number at the time of raising a support case, so they have their own database and tracker. They will just give a query related to serial number, and finally they will identify. So and so customer, either APAC region or Middle East region, North America, South America, Middle, and also Australia, Europe, or any other continent. Okay, and which customer this one is belongs to, what is the category of the customer, whether the education sector or telecom sector or banking sector, retail sector, travel agency, and so on. Okay, so that is about the serial number. Serial number, why it is required? at the time of purchasing of your device, as well as at the time of registration of your device in the online portal, nothing but support portal. So next one is firmware. Firmware is nothing but OS version. Okay, firmware also called as a OS. It is 7.2.3. Okay, and also we can call it as a firmware, not firmware. Most of the people or candidates, they are calling firmware or firmware. That's wrong word. Firmware. Okay, mode is nothing but deployment. Mode, deployment, or implementation. In theoretical part, already we discussed how can we deploy firewall. So firewall can be deployed using the NAT mode, root mode, layer 3 mode. That is one of the condition or deployment method. Second mode is switch mode or layer 2 mode. Okay. So third method is virtual wire or transparent. Fourth one is high availability. Fifth one is span or mirror method. So these are all the 5 different types of deployment methods. Every firewall we can deploy. So 99% of the cases, perimeter firewall, not 99, 100%. 100% of the customers, perimeter firewall, they will deploy as a NAT. Why? Because so if you are deploying NAT or layer 3 or root, then only internet will work. Okay. So I mean, which layer internet is working? Network layer as per OS layers, and also using routers. Okay. So these are all basics already we discussed part of networking concepts. Using router, we'll get the internet, and also routing also will happen in the network layer. So mode, as I said, perimeter firewall, 99 to 100% of the cases will deploy as a NAT or root or layer 3 mode. Even VPN also, if you want to configure, so using NAT mode or root mode or layer 3 mode only we have to deploy. So that is the mode. Mode means deployment or implementation. System time, meaning here when the particular device is up and it is running. Okay, so from past 4 hours 48 minutes 34 seconds, so this device is up and running, not even it went to single down outage or availability issue. That is called uptime basically. So system time, if you want to integrate with our system time, which server we have to integrate? If you want to integrate our local time with our system time or tool time, which server we have to integrate? If you want to integrate our local time with our tool or any other, okay, server or any other tool or device, which server we have to integrate?
NTP.
NTP, guys. What is port number?
123.
Yes. Port number 123, you can see here. When I click on here, system time, they integrate with FortiGuard NTP. So that means they integrate with NTP server as well. Not only this one, all the firewalls, whatever demo tools they have, Fortinet firewall, so they will integrate the NTP server related to FortiGuard. So what is the time zone? Time zone is GMT -8. So that is this particular device is deployed in the first peak time, PT. Couple of even you are getting the interviews calls also. So whether you are free or available at PT time. PT means first peak time, GMT means green Greenwich time, and also IST, India Standard Time. Okay, Central Time. There are different types of time zones. Okay, always you have to convert your time availability with the respective time zone, whatever interviewer asking or HR team is asking. Otherwise, confusion will be there. Okay. So US and Canada time. So meaning here, this particular device is deployed in the US and Canada time. So part of, I think, America. This one is deployed in America location. So that is about overall system information. WAN IP. So why it is WAN IP? As I said, network address translation, mapping or private IP to public IP. So that is called NATing. So meaning here, so our private IP of the Fortinet firewall, they mapped with the 46.45.36.230. It's one of the business public IP purchased by Fortinet firewall. Location also United States, California. Where this device is deployed? This device is deployed California, United States. Okay. And licensing options. What are the different types of licensing purchased and deployed and implemented for this particular tool? So care support, nothing but premium support, 24/7 into 365 days. In case if you need any help from the Portinet vendor, they will come online, they will support you. Okay. So status is registered already. So as I said, if you want to register, if you register, then only you can raise the support case. And industry is a technology, hardware version, advanced hardware version, and so on. So enhanced premium support, 2026 11 2022. That means another 3 years they purchase licensing. 40K support they purchase for another 3 years. Okay. Firmware and general updates. If you want to get the regular firmware, antivirus updates, and also network DLP, content filtering, web filtering, malware scans, IPS signature, okay, and so on, we have to purchase one of the dedicated license that is called firmware also. Okay, firmware and general updates. This also they purchased up to 2026 11 2022, another 4 years. IPS. IPS is another licensing, that is also another 4 years. Antivirus, another 4 years. Web filtering. So not only this one, we have some of the other licensing options also. Example, we have VPN licensing option, we have Wi-Fi monitoring licensing option, we have to DLP, and also we have domain blocking. There are so many additional licensing we have, but so far, this particular tool, they purchased only 5 licensings. It's a based on business requirement. So what type of inbound traffic and outbound traffic you want to monitor, according to that one only we can purchase. Maybe they have wireless monitoring separate devices there. That's why they did not take wireless related licensing option. VPN also, maybe they have third party vendor is there. Example, Cisco AnyConnect or Pulse Secure or Juniper or maybe Citrix or maybe Zscaler and so on. So that is the reason they did not purchase VPN. Moreover, this is a demo tool. Okay. So whatever we purchased, it can take care of only that particular updates only they will get it. Okay. So that is about licensing option. Not only these licensing option, in theoretical, we discussed more than 10 licensing option. All those 10s also we can purchase. It's based on what type of requirement and what type of traffic you want to monitor. It depends. FortiGate Cloud. So at the time of theoretical part itself, I told you, so there are different types of Fortinet vendors or Fortinet tools it is supporting. Sorry. Forti Manager, managing of the firewalls, Forti View, viewing of the applications, Forti Cloud, so storing of the cloud, Forti Analyzer, storing of the logs, okay, Fortinet Firewall, Forti SIM tool, and so on. So these are all the different types of product it is supporting. FortiGate Cloud is nothing but it is one of the dedicated lines. Whatever logs or whatever traffic it is storing, it can store in the cloud and also to getting the regular updates. Okay. So status not activated, meaning here they did not purchase the licensing option. So that is about the any additional tab. Administrators. So HTTPS, GUI console, graphical user interface, Forti Explorer. Forti Explorer also one of the product. Okay. So here administrators are HTTPS. So that's why we are able to log in through HTTP. Yes. In case they configured administrator HTTP, then we have to use HTTP. Okay. GUI console. This is graphical user interface. Okay. Forti Explorer. Forti Explorer is any additional exploring as well as viewing of the entire device or tool that is called Forti Explorer. But anyway, here it is showing as a 0. They are not utilizing this one. And also one more additional, okay, so role or administrator they have that is called demo. Demo read-only access they provided. So right now, whoever is accessing the Fortinet firewall, they have read-only option only. We can't edit, we can't modify, we cannot update, we cannot delete. Just we can view. Okay. So that is about administrators part. Okay. Next one, security fabric. Security fabric meaning here. So wherever this firewall deployed in the California, United States, in that particular data center or maybe in that particular cloud, so there are different types of switches or routers or WAN controller, wireless or Wi-Fi or access points and so on they are using. Nothing but as per the network architecture diagram, you know already. So firewall can be configured with the or firewall can be configured connected with WAF, firewall connected with IDS IPS, firewall is connected with the non-critical servers, firewall is connected with the email gateway, firewall is connected to ISP router, firewall is connected with the core switch and so on. So the security fabric meaning here, in their data center, wherever this firewall is deployed, these many devices they are using. So one is, so security fabric connections. So 8 devices, 8 firewalls they have. This firewall symbol, you know already, this firewall symbol. So next one is Port analyzer, analyzing of the logs or forwarding the logs to third-party device, not third-party, in the Fortinet vendor itself. Port analyzer is a device or a tool. Okay, we can forward the logs to Port analyzer. So next one is Port sandboxing environment to analyze the malware part, and also Port manager, managing of all the firewalls. Port switches, Fortinet has switches also. 40 access points. So to monitor the wireless or Wi-Fi monitoring, okay, or to connect the Wi-Fi, and 40 client VPN purpose, and 40 extender. So extending of the views or data, that is extender. So they have different 40 email gateway. So there are different types of connections they deployed and they connected to this firewall tool. Okay, so that one I will show in the physical topology and logical topology also, how this firewall is deployed. So whatever devices are there, these are traffic we are monitoring, and also this connected. So firewall is connected to all these devices. Okay, so that one they deployed in the column wise. So this is on the symbols wise, this one is in the column wise. Okay. So in a practical way, I will show in the logical topology. Then you will understand physical topology. It will come in the network or somewhere interfaces will be there. Next one is a bandwidth. All these are port view applications. Whatever right now I'm showing, all these are port view. View, it can represent, so whatever application status or threat posture status or security posture status and so on. So this bandwidth utilization, so right now whatever inbound traffic is coming as 504.37 kbps. Okay. So in the similar outbound traffic, it is going as 1.9 Mbps. Wherever this firewall is deployed, so example, these connected to all these devices, inbound traffic is 504 points. It will vary. It is not a static. Based on the sessions, based on the end users they are trying to access, based on the application they are trying to access, based on the inbound traffic and outbound traffic. It is not in a static in nature. So this is inbound traffic, this is outbound traffic. Okay. So next one, application bandwidth, utilizations of the applications. Okay. So here you can see topmost very popular application it is hosting is SSL application. Okay. So SSL is consuming more bandwidth. Okay. Next one is HTTP related browsing. That is second topmost. Next one, Amazon AWS. That's third most. Next one, Microsoft, FortiGuard, and so on. So these are all based on the bandwidth utilization wise, which applications are consuming more bandwidth or utilization. Next one is a DNS. So there are two different types of public DNS. They integrated this particular firewall. One is this primary, second one is secondary. Public DNS. Of the primary, that already even yesterday also, Sophos EDR, general settings or administration settings or basic settings. There we discussed every tool we have to integrate the Active Directory. Every tool we have to integrate the primary DNS and secondary DNS. Every tool we have to integrate with SMTP server also. Okay. Whatever tool this one is integrated, this is okay. So public DNS because it's a cloud tool, right? And also demo tool. Next one, a PortView application by bytes based on the protocol wise and application wise, which one is consuming more bandwidth? Okay. So first one is UDP. So syslog 514. Port number is 514 is belongs to syslog. Okay. The second one also TCP 514, that is also part of syslog. And TCP 443. So that is SSL application bandwidth. Next one, Microsoft portal, Amazon, UDP. Next one, DNS part. Okay. So all these are based on the bandwidth utilization wise, application bandwidth utilization wise. Next one, cloud applications. Right now, they don't have any cloud applications. That's why we are not able to see any bytes related to cloud applications. Next one is DHCP. So from this firewall, so there are two different DHCP servers are configured. So that is two clients, nothing but two DHCP servers they configured, that they integrated. Okay. So next one is CPU. Whatever bandwidth utilization is Fortinet firewall is occupying. Yesterday also in the class, I told you there every system or every device or every server or every computer has two different types of planes. What are the two different types of planes, guys? What are the two different types of planes every system contains or every computer contains? What are the two different types of planes every tool contains or system contains? Data plane and control plane. Data plane and control plane. So data plane, it can be represent. Am I audible?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Yeah, data plane can be represented as a whatever data, that is system configurations, as well as inbound traffic, outbound traffic, application control, bandwidth control, everything it will be part of data. Second one is control plane. Control plane can be represented CPU utilization, RAM utilization, bandwidth utilization. Right now it is showing current usage of the Fortinet firewall demo tool is 4%. In case if it is showing as above 50%, so that means FortiGate firewall, we have to change the model number. Okay. So it should not reach more than 50%. Otherwise, it will not do the proper deep packet inspection analysis, static or stateful inspection analysis, and also traffic analysis. So always it should be less than 10%. Okay. Otherwise, even customers also, they will ask why your FortiGate control plane is showing as more than 10% or more than 20%. Because when I was working one of the oil and gas sector company in Middle East, so that time it is costing more than 15%. That time we were using Palo Alto. So immediately they change the model number also. Okay.
Sir,
So yes, please.
any chance of hacking this Fortinet by flooding?
Yes, it is possible.
Then this CPU increases, right?
Yes, it will increase. Correct.
Okay, okay.
It is
Got it. Thank you.
possible. And if they don't provide the proper controls, so that time, yes, you are right. Flooding of the request will come to this particular, okay, so tool, then bandwidth utilization will increase. Yes, you are right. Next one is memory utilization. Memory utilization, it is showing 21% current status. Okay, so disk related usage only 1%. For 2000, what is the model number we are discussing?
2000E.
Yeah, 2000E. So 2000E model number of the disk is occupying only 1%. Session rate. So session rate, it is occupying 35, but it will vary once again. So based on the end users, they are trying to access the applications, and also based on the inbound traffic, based on the outbound traffic, and so on. This is one of the feature for the to purchase licensing also, to purchase the even firewall also. So firewall licensing or firewall model number, how we can purchase based on the session rate, based on the maximum number of sessions, based on the maximum number of concurrent sessions, LAN bandwidth, okay, firewall throughput, okay, then also maximum number of VPN sessions, maximum number of concurrent VPN sessions, and based on the even compliances also. According to these parameters, we can choose the suitable model number, how to purchase the Fortinet product or how to purchase firewall product. Not only applicable to Fortinet, this is applicable to any vendor. Okay, so this is session rate. Per second, how many sessions are going as inbound traffic and outbound traffic? Before going to this particular, okay, session rate, give me 1 second, give me 1 second. Sorry, guys. Yeah, that is about the session rate. Next one is log rate. What our logs are generating, that is malware logs, IDS logs, IPS logs, antivirus logs, WAP logs, DNS logs, web filtering logs, app control logs. There are different types of logs will be generated by port any firewall, not just Fortinet. So that log rate is 29 per seconds. Okay. So next one, maximum number of sessions. So right now current session is 521 and SPU. So sessions percentage utilization is 2.8%. So CPU is a computer performance utilization. SP means service performance utilization. Okay, what all sessions are coming? That utilization basically. Okay, so that is about overall status of the different types of dashboards. As I said, these dashboard, it will repeat several times in all these tabs. Okay, wherever repeated tabs are coming, I will skip those tabs. Okay. So one of the main very important tab you have to work in case you are selected for the firewall vacancy. I'm not saying, okay, in case you are selected for the SOC operations, your role is very limited in the firewall. But you are selected for the any firewall vacancy, your 98% of the work will be involved in the security tab only. Okay. So in case either L1 role or L2 role or L3 role of firewall vacancy, if you are selected as a support role, in that scenario, so not 98, 90% of the cases, your work will be involved in the security alert notification tab only. Remaining 10% is completely log and report tab. Okay. I'm repeating. So as I said yesterday, so for CDR tool, there are three different types of tabs. Okay, you have to monitor in case you are selected for the L1, L2, L3 vacancy. One is dashboard tab, alert tab, and devices tab. Okay, if it's implementation, you have to be aware of everything, all those tabs. Same thing is applicable in the firewall as well. Okay, you are selecting for L1 or L2 or L3 support level of the firewall vacancy. In that scenario, 90% of the work is involved in the security tab. Remaining 10% of the work is involved in the log and report tab. That's all. Okay. So here, now licenses, it is repeating once again. So this is what I said previous tab when we were discussing. It will report continuously. It will repeat all these tabs. Host scan summary. This is also will repeat several times. So whatever host is integrated to Fortinet firewall demo, it will scan and it can provide the summary. Okay. So that is called host scan summary. So next one is top threats by threat level. So this is our security related alerts. So this is our security related alert notifications. Whatever alerts are coming, it will appear here, and severity. Threat level is nothing but severity. So threat level is nothing but severity. So these severity like a critical or high or medium or low. So according to that particular alert, so we can go and we can prioritize the tickets, prioritize the incidents, or prioritize the alerts. What are the severity levels in this SOFO CDR tool? What is the severity levels in the SOFO CDR tool?
High,
High,
medium,
medium,
low, info.
yeah, high, medium, low, only three. In the SOFO CDR tool, we have only three: total alerts, high alerts, medium alerts, low alerts. Only three severity levels. But in the Fortinet firewall, we have high, sorry, critical, high, medium, low. I think information also there. So these are all the five severity levels. It's a part of Fortinet. Okay. So right now there are no threats are available. That means there are no alert notifications. In case any alert is received here, then what is the next step you will do? As a L1 analyst of firewall guy.
Alert ticket
Evidence.
group.
Yes, you will go and you'll create ticket in the ticketing tool that is called ServiceNow or any other. Okay. So that's what you have to do. So alerts will come here, or notifications will come here, threats will come here. Now, once those alerts or threats or incidents will come, then first thing is you will go and you'll create ticket in the ticketing tool. After that, you will gather the indicator of compromise information, indicator of attack information, and also that is called triaging of the incident. So which system or which user or which attacker or which end user is going to impact? All these details you have to gather. Okay. In the ADR tool, it will give only file related information, but in the firewall, it will give the entire. It will give the traffic related information. It will give the abnormal behavior information. It will give the regular each and every packet, what are traversing as inbound traffic, what are packet is traversing as outbound traffic. Everything it will appear. Okay. So that is about top threat. So far, unfortunately, there are no threats are available. Let's go and see. It will take another 2 days. By the time any alert will receive, then I'll explain that one also. So once you are clicking on alert, it can appear here one window. In that window, everything we can see. So what is the alert name? So whether it is a privilege escalation attack, or whether it is malware category, or it is a DOS or DDoS, whether it is phishing email category, and so on. And also IOC, who is going to impact within the organization level, whether the end user system or server. In the similar way, indicator of attacker. So what is the attacker information? Additionally, we can receive the payload information, source IP, destination IP, source port, destination port, source zone, destination zone. Everything it will appear here. Okay. So that is gathering that information is called triaging. So POTV cloud application bytes. Okay. It is repeating once again. So last time also in the status board, we have seen this one. Compromise host by verdict. Whenever any system is got compromised, so that is called which one? Which type of incident? Compromised host by verdict. True positive or false positive?
True positive.
True positive, that's correct. Compromised host by verdict meaning here true positive. So true positive scenarios or alerts will appear here. Then we have to go and we have to verify whether really that system or server or database or application is got compromised or not. That's why we are required. Truly generating that alert, but we are required to do manual verification, to do manual analysis. Okay. So that is about, this is also one of the tab we have to monitor regularly. One is threat level tab. One is, okay, compromised host by verdict. Porty client detected vulnerabilities. So what our client we are deploying in the every end user machine, that client can even will identify the vulnerabilities information as well. What are vulnerabilities are coming in our regular threat intelligence, those vulnerabilities also it will identify and it will appear here. Next one, application bandwidth. It is repeating once again. This already we discussed. It's a part of status tab. It is repeating once again. Administrator tab, it is repeating once again. Top vulnerability endpoint devices by detected vulnerabilities. It's based on end user machines. Is there any vulnerabilities are existing on all those laptop or MacBook or workstation or any other servers? And also top related. So what is the vulnerability? System name, computer name, IP address, and vulnerability name. Everything it will appear here. Endpoint related vulnerabilities. Okay. So we know what is mean by endpoint. Endpoint means all these servers along with all our end user machines. Those vulnerabilities list it will identify and detect. This is also repeating once again. We have seen already 40 view applications by bytes. So based on the bytes and bandwidth utilization, what is the topmost application bandwidth utilization? So next one is top admin logins. Who is continuously log into this tool? Who is logging to this tool? So first one is demo. All over the worldwide, different people, they're trying to log into this tool. Okay, this demo tool obviously, so demo persons only they will log in, otherwise admin people. So right now, 2, 1, 2, 3 people, they tried, okay, within 50 days, 11 hours. So duration, 50 days, 11 hours. Maybe example, you are the, now you want to learn about the Fortinet firewall. Okay, obviously from tomorrow onwards, you will also log in and you will also see. Then login count will increase. Then you are also one of the part of this login. Okay. Then duration from past 50 days, these many people are logged in and configuration changes has done by 89 people. They try to do something, but unfortunately they will not do. Why? Because it's a read-only tool. Okay. Next one, HA status. HS status is, it's a completely primary and backup. They have only one tool is there, that is called standalone. Standalone means single tool. Even though they given name as a NGFW primary, they has a single tool. If this one will go down, they don't have any backup related. Okay, so demo tool on the live. Okay. So next one is a routing part. So as I said, there are different ways routing we can configure. Anyone? What are the different types of routing we can configure? What are the different types of routing we can configure?
Shortest path.
No. Shortest path is fine, but what are the different options we have? One is static route. One is static route. It is showing already. Second, connected route. These are all the two routes. Other than these two routes, is there any other options are available?
Did not understand the question, sir.
What I'm asking, so right now they connected using static route and connected route. Is there any other possible route options are available?
Dynamic.
Yes, yeah, dynamic route, perfect. Any other?
Portnet.
No. One is dynamic multicast route is possible. RIP protocol, EAGRP routing, OSPF routing, okay, BGP routing. Okay, there are different routings we have, even IGRP routings also. But in this, I will show you that one part of, I think, network. So what are the different types of routes will be supported by our firewall? So routing protocols we discuss part of our network layer. So example routing protocols are, so RIP, routing information protocol, EAGRP, extended interior gateway routing protocol, IGRP, interior gateway routing protocol, OSPF, open shortest path first, BGP border gateway protocol. Okay, in this similar way, switching also we have, but here we are using routing for the internet purpose. Okay, they configure this one. So very popular route, we will use OSPF. BGP can be used for internet connectivity purpose. EAGRP, it's completely within the country, multiple areas if you want to connect, then we'll use EAGRP. And RIP protocol, obviously, one of the drawback is there. That is called, it will support only 15 hops. If it's more than 15 routers are there, it will not support. Okay, what is the next pending one? OSPF. So OSPF is very popular routing protocol. If you want to connect one location with another location, or one country with another country, or one continent with another continent, we have to use OSPF. All these are engineering concepts, network engineering concepts. Network engineers, they will configure all these. We no need to configure anything, but anyway, I'm explaining. Okay, that will explain one second part of network. So that is our security tab. As I said, your 90% of the work is involved in the security tab only. Next one, network dashboard tab. Network dashboard tab. So routing is repeating once again. So static and connected, just now we have seen. DHCP also repeating once again. DHCP server is integrated. SD-WAN. So WAN interface, one of the NAT interface will configure as a WAN interface. WAN interface is also called internet interface. Wide area network. Wide area network, why we will use? Wide area network is for internet purpose. Okay, through public network or through internet. Okay. So SD-WAN meaning internet related interfaces here. Next one is IPsec. IPsec for the VPN tunnels. GCP is a Google Cloud Platform. SDB. Okay, secure design by review, something is there. So these are the two different types of VPN tunnels they configure. One is VPN Google Cloud Platform. Second, VPN SDB, IPsec tunnels. Remote gateway is these IPs. This is connected IP. Okay, we discussed, right? So how VPN will operate? VPN will be operated using three different types of concepts. One is VPN client. That is also called VPN components, basically. VPN components contain three components. One is VPN client, VPN portal, VPN gateway. Whenever user is connecting by providing the credentials in the VPN client, it will go and it will check in the portal what is the nearest gateway router. Then it will choose the nearest gateway router. From there, it will go and it will connect to our office application. So that is also called as a remote VPN or IPsec VPN. So that is the connectivity. Just apply theoretical and practical comparison. SSL VPN. So this is also part of, once again, whatever applications they connected using web browsing. SSL, secure socket layer, and encryption tunnel is formed whenever any user is trying to access the application. So that is about SSL VPN. Right now data is empty. So that is about overall, okay, so network related part or dashboards. Now, whatever we are discussing, it's a dashboards only. Okay. Next one, quarantine. So quarantine meaning here, if FortiGate firewall is detected, is there any malicious content or abnormal content or suspicious content is there, those threats it will quarantine. So those threat, if it is quarantine, then we have to go and we have to analyze whether it is a legitimate quarantine or illegitimate related. If it's legitimated, then we can go and we can close that one. It's illegitimate, then we can so go on doing the incident lifecycle management process. Nothing but containment should be required or not, eradication, mitigation, recovery, lessons learned, unrelated. Okay. So that is about quarantine related. So right now, one of the administrative control is quarantine. That device name is this one. Okay, so this is the quarantine by automation stitch compromised. Okay, so this is one of the alert example. Just click on this one, double click. So this is the, what is this one, guys? What is this one? What is this one? What is this one?
MAC address.
MAC address, guys.
MAC address, yeah.
Yeah, this MAC address. This is the device name. This is MAC address. This is the device name. Okay. In the you can see MAC address, they specified already. MAC address is that one. Device name. Okay. So this is one of the porty link. Porty link. Okay. This administrator is try to connect to this device. Okay. And expires, it never expires. Quarantine. It's a quarantine. So this is the device. Now we have to go and we have to verify. Is this particular device of this MAC address, whatever device we have, is there any compromise that is happened? Okay. If you are clicking on this one, it actually it has to open one more window. It is not opening. Okay. If you are opening this window, you'll get the full-fledged details. What the IP address of this particular device, MAC address, and where it is located. Okay. So what is the issue is about and so on. Okay. So these type of alerts only we have to configure. So these type of alerts only we have to do investigation. Sorry. Okay. That is the quarantine tab. Regularly we have to come to this tab also. Okay. Is there any end user system is showing as alert notification? Next one is Intel tab, dashboard. Once again, this is also dashboard. So Intel will provide once again application related telecommunication basically. Intel means enterprise level telecommunication. Intel means enterprise telecommunication. Whatever dashboards they created part of Intel, one is port view sources by bytes based on the source wise bandwidth utilization. Based on the source wise bandwidth utilization. Next one is based on the destination wise bandwidth utilization. Okay, this is source wise, this is destination wise. So source meaning here IP address will be there. That IP address along with how much bandwidth it is occupied. Destination. So what a public website they are trying to access, that public destination IP address, and also what is the bandwidth utilization. So this is two dashboards they created. You can see filtering option also available. Okay, whenever you want, this is called filtering, one of the filtering option, 1 hour or maybe 2 hours or 1 week or and so on. DHCP it is repeating several times. Administrator tab is repeating once again. CPU tab is repeating. Memory tab is repeating. And port view countries region by bytes. Okay, what is meant by this one? Based on the country wise, which country is occupying more bandwidth utilization? Okay, countries wise regions and also bandwidth utilization. Wherever this firewall is deployed, obviously this is deployed in the, okay, so respect to California, USA location. So wherever the users they are trying to access by bytes. So the country specific bandwidth utilization is showing. Red always it will represent high bandwidth utilization. Orange will represent medium bandwidth utilization. Green will represent low bandwidth utilization. Okay. Next one is bandwidth based on this AGG. AGG means aggregate. AGG means aggregate. One of the interface. Aggregate meaning here, aggregate marks in your BTech or MTech or MSc or BSc or any bachelor degree or any master's degree. What is meant by this aggregate? Summing of all the different types of semester mark is called aggregation marks, right? Same way, aggregated interface meaning here, if you want to, aggregate 4 interface as a single interface, that's called aggregate interface. Okay. This bandwidth utilization, whatever it is showing, this is aggregate interface of the traffic utilization. So that aggregate bandwidth utilization is 2.26 Mbps, and this one is 2.78, or maybe it is dynamic in nature, because inbound traffic, outbound traffic, continuously it will come and it will go, right? So AGG means aggregated bandwidth. Okay. So that is about the Intel part dashboard. Next one, monitor tab. So in the monitor tab, application bandwidth, it is repeating once again. It's a that's what I said. There are a lot of duplicates dashboards they created. It's a dummy device. Actually, it is a production environment. We will not see these many dummies. Okay, we can go and we can delete whatever dummies are there. Okay. Why only Fortinet is supporting this firewall demo? Couple of customers, they don't like to POC. When you say POC, what is POC? What is POC?
Point of contact.
Not
Sale.
point of contact.
Point of sales.
Point of sales. No. What is POC? Why will you span or mirror method in firewall level?
Replication of the other interface.
That is okay, but why we will use? Why we will use?
Proof of concept, sir.
Proof of concept. That's a perfect answer. Yes. Proof of concept, testing purpose. So I given one of the practical example also. If you want to purchase your clothes, you will go and you will see in trial, okay, room, whether it's fitting to your body and it's comfortable or not. So same thing is applicable to here also. Whatever device I'm purchasing, because it's not a joke, it's dollars, it's millions, I mean lakhs of the dollars. One firewall, it will cost minimum 50 lakhs also some of the times. Okay, 250K, 500K, $1 million also for firewall cost is there. So if you want to purchase any firewall, so obviously we have to do the proof of concept. But couple of customers, they don't like to do proof of concept in the data center level or cloud level. Whoever doesn't like to do the proof of concept, for those customers, they deployed this tool as a demo tool. It's not for me or not for you. Okay, whoever wants to purchase the tool, for that reason only they provided this demo tool. Example, maybe you are a part of TCS company. Okay, you are a partner with the Fortinet vendor, and your client is, example, Supreme Court of India. Now, Supreme Court of India, they need firewall requirement. They have firewall requirement, sorry. They have firewall requirement. Now, TCS team, they will go and they will present the Fortinet vendor, because Fortinet vendor is a partner with the TCS company, right? In that scenario, after completing the product demo or product presentation, so Supreme Court wants to test this firewall in their environment, or maybe they want to see demo. In that, nothing but trial. They want to see trial. So, but Supreme Court of India, they don't want to test in their data center, but they need some online demo tool. In that scenario, what Fortinet vendor along with TCS they will do, they will provide the credentials. You can go and you can check and you can monitor and you can see what are the different types of dashboards and reports, and also how we can deploy. You can see for 2 weeks and you can come back, and still if you have any queries, then we'll come back once again to Supreme Court of India. Then we can present our product. For those type of customers, this tool is very helpful. Okay. Even these other tools also, the Portinet vendor, Palo Alto also, they have demo tool is there. But unfortunately, only partners they can accept. Or partners only they can see. Even I have previously Palo Alto related demo tool access. Because when I was working in Middle East, we are partners to the Palo Alto firewall vendor. So that time I have access to even Palo Alto related demo tool also. Okay. Even CyberROM also have access. Okay. So then even what is that? Not Sophos. CyberROM one Sonic Wall also. Okay, but only right now only one vendor is supporting, that is so Portinet firewall only it's supporting pre-trial. No other vendors are supporting. So you got it right. Why they provided demo tool? In case any customer they don't want to do proof of concept as a POC in their on-premise or data center level, in that scenario they will show this demo tool in their on-premise level. Okay. So coming back now. So why I said this particular topic, POC means point of contact, not point of proof of concept. Okay, proof of concept somebody doesn't like. In that scenario, we have to show this one. Okay, so monitor tab will represent one of the dashboard that is called application bandwidth. Application bandwidth. This is also repeated several times. Okay. Next one, Wi-Fi monitoring. In case you don't want to use Portinet firewall or port access points as a Wi-Fi or wireless monitoring, okay, then don't purchase Wi-Fi license. But in case you don't want to, you want to use port access points as a Wi-Fi monitoring, then you have to purchase Wi-Fi license also. So FortiGate, no other vendor is supporting this feature also. One is CLI feature is no other vendor is supporting. Second feature is, so Wi-Fi monitoring. Fortinet company has access points also. Palo Alto doesn't have access points. Even Cisco also they have access points. And also Sonic Wall, WatchGuard, CyberROM, Juniper. Okay, so Sophos. These are all the firewall vendors. Okay, only Cisco and Fortinet company is supporting Wi-Fi monitoring also. In case you want to use, Wi-Fi access point is Fortinet, then you have to purchase and you have to deploy. Before deploying the access points, what we have to do? Survey. I told you my air magnet spectrum and also air magnet survey tools. We want to see how many access points are required. And after that, we have to go and we have to deploy access points. Once you are deploying access points, we can see status whether connected or disconnected. So what are the competitors for the Forti access point or Forti wireless? We have Cisco access points, we have Aruba, we have Avaya, we have Huawei. So these are all other vendors, wireless vendors. Fluke Networks. Channel utilization. I told you already there are two channels will support. Okay, one channel is 2.2 gigahertz, second one is 5.5 gigahertz. In the theoretical part, I told all these. Okay, so one channel is 2.2 gigahertz, second channel 5.5 gigahertz. Okay, so the channel utilization. So whatever user is connected and what the utilization of the channel. Okay, both the channel, both means here two channels, 2.2 as well as 5.5 gigahertz. Clients by Porti AP, meaning here whoever end user is connected to the whatever access points. Example, Suresh is connected to access point 1. That name will appear here. So Mahesh is connected to access point 2. So Ramesh is connected to access point 3. Nagesh is connected to access point 4. So that the information will be provided here. Okay. That is called clients by Porti AP. Whoever is connected to access points. Signal strength. So whatever SSIDs we configured in the access points. For every access point, we'll configure one SSID. So signal set identifier or service set identifier. Nothing but your Wi-Fi name. Your Wi-Fi name. Example, you can see. So my Wi-Fi name is ACT FiberNet. So ACT is one of the vendor of the internet. So similar to like Velocity and broadband and some other vendors. act as one of the vendor. So this is a SSID name of my particular room. Okay. In the similar way, for every access point, we have to define one SSID. That is signal strength of the particular SSID also. Rogue APs. Rogue AP in the computer terminology or Wi-Fi terminology is nothing but attacker. Is there any attacker is using their access points to connect our Wi-Fi? That's called rogue AP. Okay. So attacker also, they will hijack. Okay. They will do session hijacking. They will try to connect. Okay. So our Wi-Fi and they will access our Wi-Fi. Okay. So only $50 one router is there. With that $50 router, we can hack any of the Wi-Fi passwords. If you don't use WPA2 encryption, WPA2 encryption normally we'll use in the Wi-Fi part. Okay. Next one, historical clients. History of the clients, whatever it is connected in the Wi-Fi part. Interfering SSID in case two access points and two SSIDs are interfering. When you say interfering, conflicting each other, collisioning each other, and also frequency collisioning. Frequency collision as well as time division multiplexing collision, frequency division multiplexing collision. Okay. So channel collisions. Sometimes before our smartphone revolution has come, most of the people, they purchased 1000 rupees, one of the radio related songs, listening the songs and news and so on. Radio jockey, we can say 97.5, 93.1, 101.4, 110.7. So these are all the couple of radio related jockey frequency channels are there, right? So that time, if you are scanning from one channel to another channel, sometimes collisions will occur, interference will occur. Two channels information we can listen. If you don't, okay, so monitor or don't scan or don't tune properly. So that is mean by this one. So in case two frequency channels are interfering, then it will appear that information as well here. What are the two SSIDs and frequency channels are interfering and collisions are occurring? Okay. Login failures. Whoever is trying to access to the Wi-Fi and they are trying to log in, and those login failure attempts. Indirectly, what is the attack name here? What is the attack name here? What is the attack name?
Force.
Brute force.
Yeah, brute force or password spray or dictionary attack. Okay. So that is about total Wi-Fi monitoring. As I said, most of the people, okay, so they will use third-party vendor only. In case if you want to firewall, use a firewall as a Wi-Fi solution, yes, we can use. So we have to configure one is WLAN. When you say W means wireless LAN controller. That is the server basically. From that server, we will take care of everything. We'll integrate that WLAN server to our port unit firewall. Okay. Next one, users and devices. Meaning here, whatever users they connected to this particular devices, the dashboard. I'm repeating, this is dashboard. We are not configuring any users here. Whatever we are doing, everything dashboards only. Dashboards only. Okay. So many dashboards are there up to here. So many. Okay. So users and devices, whoever is connected to this particular device. Okay. And also from where they connected, what is the user name? Obviously demo. So for that particular dashboards, it will appear here. Okay. Firewall users and quarantine users. This is repeating once again. Okay. So match NAC devices. NAC means network access control. Separate solutions are there. Okay. Separate solutions are there. Next one, Office dashboard they created. So once again, it is repeating application bandwidth. So it's a duplicate dashboard. This is also repeating port view applications by bytes. Okay. So this is also repeating. We discuss part of security alert. Okay. All these are dummy dashboards only. Next one, intro also they created. So introduction. This is also repeating application bandwidth. It's also dummy. Okay. Dashboard. Dashboard 1. So who are configured or who configured all these? whoever has the admin access to this firewall demo tool. Okay. So no dashboards is created, but they created dashboard name as a dashboard 1. My dashboards. So in the my dashboard, VPN connections. How many users are connected to this particular firewall? How many VPN connections are going on? Okay. First of all, firewall license itself, it is not there. Okay. So that's why it is showing as empty. Next one, 40 view sources. Okay. So based on the source address wise, how much bandwidth utilization it is occupying based on source wise. So this is also repeating. Previously, we have seen 40 view source by bytes, 40 view destination by bytes. So this is repeating. So this is based on the source wise. This is based on the application wise. So this is also, it will repeat based on the top 10 applications, based on the application bandwidth utilization, based on the applications by bytes. That's what I said just now. So we have seen already all these dashboards. Once again, dummy dashboards. Okay. 40 view application by bytes. Example, SSL, Google, Microsoft, Amazon. So they have a couple of topmost applications it is showing on the very first related dashboard. So that is about the 40 view applications by dashboard. 40 view websites. So what are websites it is accessing by based on the sessions wise. Whatever users they are trying to access. Okay, that sessions information, not website information, that session information. Sessions allowed, session blocked. Okay, so that information, once again, dashboard. Top vulnerabilities endpoint device. This is also reported. We have seen this one. It's a part of security dashboard. Okay, so whatever endpoint has any vulnerabilities are there, those vulnerabilities information, it can be shown in this particular dashboard. Okay. Next one is 40 view destinations. Destination by bytes wise. Example, if the internal users, they are trying to access the external applications, each and every IP address of the destination along with how much byte it is occupied. So that is called destination by bytes. Everywhere, why they are saying port view and port view and port view and port view? Port view, it's a more, it will represent as a security posture of the organization and also dashboard of the organization and also threat level of the organization. That is called port view. Viewing of something, that is called port view. It's one of the term, okay, or acronym. Port view sessions based on the sessions wise. So we have seen already. So maximum sessions, that time it is showing 519 sessions. So that sessions is, it will vary. Okay, so what are inbound traffic and outbound traffic and maximum sessions end users are accessing and it is also coming as the inbound traffic, those sessions information. Okay, DHCP monitor, already we have seen 2 clients are configured. So the 2 clients information. Okay, so one client is this one client is this one. 2 clients are configured. One is aggregate portal link. Second one is port 4. So those things I will explain part of network. What is port 4 and also what is AGG? AGG means aggregated link. So these 2 things, it is taking as a leasing of the IP address. Port view destination, it is also repeating. You can see here also it is there, here also it is there. So once again, destination by bytes. So that's what I said at the time of introduction itself. There are a lot of duplicated websites are created by these people. They have to clean up everything. That is called fine tuning. Cleaning up something is also called as a fine tuning. Okay. Next one is port view sessions. Port view sessions also is, you can see here. This also port view session. This also port view sessions. It is also repeating once again. Okay. So based on the sessions wise, port view interface pairs, what our interface is configured along with that one bandwidth utilization. So these are all the interfaces are configured. So what is mean by this one? Example 2400E Fortinet firewall. Go to images. This is what we are discussing now. not this one, 2400. This is 2240D. Give me 1 second. 2400. Yeah, 2440 only, that is also. Yeah, it anyway, what I want to try to say here. So example, take this one. So this one, in the theoretical part, I explained already. What is in by management interface, what is my interface? One of the interface we have to configure as management interface, and two high availability interfaces will be there, HA1 and HA2. And also management interface is this one for copying of the backup. So remove devices, this one. And the remaining interfaces, one of the interface we have to give to core switch, one of the interface we have to give to the IDS IPS, one of the interface we have to give the proxy, one of the interface we have to give WAF, one of the interface we have to give to the non-critical server, one of the interface we have to give to the email gateway. Okay. One of the interface we have to give to WAN interface. These interfaces we have to configure. So this is what we are discussing now here. So these are all the interfaces are configured. Nothing but these are all the interfaces. These interfaces. Okay. So one is high availability interface. One is WAN internet interface. One is DMZ zone interface. So this is depend. It is not a constant, or everybody has to follow same terminology. You can follow your own terminology. Okay. So once you are purchased for Fortinet firewall or any other firewall, so we have three different types of zones are there. For your convenience purpose, you can give the name of the interface. Example, ISP router interface. Instead of WAN interface, I will give ISP router interface. So that for me, it is easy to understand. Core switch interface, IDS IPS interface, proxy interface, WAF interface, so that I can come to know that from where to where this source IP address, from where to where the destination IP address. So source and destination, how much bandwidth utilization it is occupying, and also session, and also bandwidth usage. Okay. So these are all the interfaces wise from here to here, and this much bytes and this much utilization. Okay. So that is the interface wise. Okay. Source to destination along with bytes. Top threats. Top threats we have seen already. Part of security dashboard. So this one only we have to go and we have to monitor regularly. Okay. So here in case, yeah, one of the, okay, perfect. So just blocked connection. One of the alert is received. One of the alert is received. Blocked connection. Okay, so threat category is blocked connection. Threat level is high severity. Threat score is 181,440 and sessions is 3024. So this is one of the attack. Okay, once this alert is received, what will you do first step? What will you do first step?
Raise the ticket in ticketing.
Yes, raise the ticket in the ticketing tool. So now I have to go to the respective ServiceNow ticketing tool. We have seen developer dot. How many people are created? Trial version of the ServiceNow ticketing tool. Did you get the free trial version or not?
Yes.
Okay. So here we have to go and we have to create a ticket. So what is the attack name now? So attack name we have to give blocked connection. Okay, blocked connection. Okay, here source information. From where to where this blocked connection it is going on. This destination information, this country's information, this session information. Okay, so this is sources from which country and bandwidth utilization and how much bandwidth it is occupying, and the destination, how much bandwidth it is occupying, and countries and zones information. Okay, so how much sessions it is occupying. So couple of times, if your bandwidth, your internet speed is not that much up to, then you'll get these errors. It will buffer because all over the worldwide, anywhere, anybody can access this particular device. Okay, so please go and check this one. Next one is port-view policies. Based on the policies wise, what is my policy in the firewall? What is my policy in the firewall? Which approach it will follow?
Top down.
Top down, that's correct. So meaning here, which rule or policy is hitting and how much bandwidth utilization it is occupying. So that is called port-view policies by bytes. So we'll go and we'll see policies and bytes here. See, sir, policies and objects here. Okay. So which policy, nothing but which role is consuming more bandwidth and more bytes. Okay. So that policy name, it will appear here. It will show actually it is buffering. So a couple of policies they will configure. Maybe rule number 1, rule number 2, rule number 3, rule number 4, rule number 5, and so on. So whenever any packet is entering into the firewall, it will validate as inbound traffic and outbound traffic. Then finally it will hit that particular rule and there it will stop. So because condition is matching. Okay. So here policies along with byte. Okay. Policies, we can see more information maybe tomorrow morning. Firewall user monitor, whoever users is configured and what is the IP address from where they are trying to access, how much duration they accessed. Dashboard, everything will represent dashboard. So here FSSO. SSO is a single sign-on. FSSO means firewall single sign-on. Single sign-on, why we will use? I will explain single sign-on later classes. So it is a one of the multiple applications are there. Only one time we can give username and password. Next time onwards, it will ask only OTP. Okay, maybe daily you want to access timesheet. That is one of the application. Maybe monthly once you want to access your salary slip download. That is one of the application. Daily you want to access one of the application related to your roles and responsibilities. Your DevOps, then Azure DevOps or Amazon DevOps, or maybe Sonar Cube tool, or maybe CI/CD tools, or GitHub or Jenkins or Terraform or Ansible, okay, and so on. You are a part of data science team, maybe example NLP, or maybe statistical related part, or any other related tools you want to access. So all these are applications, right? According to your role, instead of giving every time you are a link and entering the username and password, only one time I can log into the SSO single sign-on. From there, I can access multiple applications. That's called single sign-on. One time you can sign on. From there, you can access multiple applications. That is called single sign-on. Okta is one of the very, very popular tool. OKTA, Okta, and also Microsoft also. Federation we have studied at the time of Azure Active Directory integration, federation identity. So that time I showed a couple of federated topmost identity tool. One is Microsoft, one is Okta, one is what is that? United Health Group. They have one of the product. California and CA also, CA Technologies, they have their own. Azure Identity, Amazon Identity. Okay. CyberRk. Previously, I told you, right? I forgot one of the tool, very, very popular tool, identity and access management, secrets management. CyberRk is one of the single sign-on identity tool. Okay. So that is about the users monitor. IPsec monitor, nothing but VPN tunnels monitor. So there are two tunnels are configured. One is GCP, one is SDB. These are the two tunnels are configured. Okay. Next one is POTI sandbox files. Whatever files are coming as a inbound and also outbound malware scanning mechanism. So initially till 2013 and 14 and 15. So for every file, malware analysis, it is taking approximate 15 minutes. Analyzing one file using sandboxing environment, it is taking 15 minutes. Now that particular 50 minutes it will take for analyzing one file, static analysis of the malware and dynamic analysis of the malware. So it is very difficult, right? Maybe by that time attacker, they can go on, they can install the malware as per cyber culture process. then command and control go to the hacker or attacker or threat actor. Correct? So nowadays, once you are submitting any file or any file is coming, maybe downloading one of the file or uploading one of the file or email coming as a file. Okay. In that scenario, it will take only 30 seconds. 30 seconds, any firewall can give verdict that file can contains any malware or not. That is called 40 sandbox files. 40 net firewall they have their own sandboxing environment. So it will support both cloud-based, it is also support on-premise. Okay. So in the Palo Alto vendor firewall, they will say wildfire. Palo Alto vendor say they will say wildfire is sandboxing technology. In the Fortinet company, they will say Forti sandbox. Okay. In the Cisco terminology, they will say Cisco sandbox. So these are all the dashboards tab, guys. So many dashboards are created. So many dashboards are created. That is about overall dashboards tab. Next one is network tab. So network tab, I'll explain tomorrow morning. Okay. So these are all implementations only from here onwards. Network 2 till system, all these are initial configurations and implementations. Where is our main role is required for? Yeah, I'm repeating once again. What is summary of the today's session? In case you are selected for L1 or L2 or L3 level support role, your main role is involved in the dashboard tab, log and report tab. But in case you are selected as implementation guy, in that scenario, even network tab you have to validate, everything you have to remaining tabs also you have to work on implementation level. Okay, so that is about overall summary of the today class. So dashboard tab and log and report tab, you are L1 or L2 or L3 level. Okay, if it is implementation of the firewall, then remaining tabs also you have to work on. Okay, so anyway, I will explain everything from implementation level. So that's all for today, guys. I think Kranti was asking yesterday he has some firewall related queries or comms.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, could you please?
Sir, we have two types of like primary firewalls and the perimeter firewalls and this, right? We place firewalls between switches and DMZ zone.
Yes, correct.
Now this two will be acting as a primary, secondary, or we have to place in DMZ only two firewalls.
No, in DMZ, 2 firewalls we have to place.
Yeah, because we have to connect to internet specially, so we need to have two firewalls there, right?
Yes, that's right.
Okay.
Maybe it depends, Kranti. That's what I said in theoretical part also.
Okay.
Compulsory in DMZ level, 100% we have to choose as a high availability. 2 firewalls we have to deploy.
Okay.
Internal firewall in between core switch and access switch. So
Okay.
you can purchase either 1 or 2 based on your budget. If you have money, you can purchase 2. If you don't have money, just you can purchase 1.
Okay.
Yeah.
And today you in the class you have been saying like SOC when you're working as an SOC analyst, we'll be not having more work with firewalls. Means we
No, not at
the
all.
incidences, but we send the logs, right? Integrate the logs from firewall to SIS. So we solve it there itself.
Yes, that's correct. Yeah, so firewall has a separate team will be there. Most of the cases. So firewall is some completely different team. And also once again, which company you are selecting? Okay, I should not give wrong information to you, Kranti. What I'm trying to say, in case you are selected for the product-based company, so they will give all the tool access to you. They will give endpoint security, they will give network security, they will give vulnerability management, they will give SOC related tools and so on. In that sense, everything you have to take care. When I say product-based company, internal SOC operations, you are not supporting for any external customer.
Okay.
But you are selecting for consulting and service-based companies like, all these companies, example, TCS and also Infosys, Accenture or Wipro and so on. Most of the cases you will select for the client-based. Okay. For those type of consulting-based companies, so 90% of the cases, firewall is a separate team. And also only your role is logs integration. Even blocking of IP address also you have to raise separate ticket.
Okay.
Yeah.
So just it based, we have to just raise a ticket and leave it to them. Yeah.
Yes, correct. Yeah, it depends which type of client you purchase, which type of client you are supporting, and also what level of services they are looking for. It depends everything once again. But most of the cases, you are right, separate team will be there. Most of the cases.
Okay.
Yeah. Any other? So please go and practice, guys. So whenever you are reading or whenever you're practicing firewall, please put my notes beside you and you can go through practical sessions. It is very easy for you. There is no need to buy hat anything. Not only this one, even so EDR tools or SIM tools or vulnerability management tools, always theoretical compared with practical. Then practice for a week. Then you will be perfectly all right. Your confidence level will increase. How much you're practicing, so confidence level will increase that much. Okay. So one tool is sufficient for any tool, basically. Okay, one category, endpoint security, one tool, network security, one tool, okay, cyber security, one tool, vulnerability management is one tool, cloud security is one tool. Then you are expert in all of 360 degrees of security. Okay. So that's all for today morning, today evening. Tomorrow morning, I will take the class 100%. Okay, 8 o'clock to 10 o'clock. So take the breakfast and come. Okay. So that's all for today, guys. Thank you so much and good night.
Thank you, sir. Good night.
Good.